Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube video that you are watching on YouTube. Most likely it could be an embed somewhere, I don't know, whatever. This is a game. My name is Cookieking, and this is a game of me actually playing in a 1v1 against my friend. My friend here being is Nosey, the light blue Protoss in the southern spawn on Xel'Naga Caverns, and I happen to spawn in the only other possible spawn of this map, which is the northern spawn, as the orange Protoss. I decided to cast a game between me and my friend because I'm running kind of low on games for people to send me in to cast, so if you guys have got those, let me know. Send them in. I would really appreciate those. And because I felt like it would be interesting to cast a game of myself playing, go over the thought process that I had, analyze it, see if it was a good thought process, and look for areas of improvement. So right here, just chronoing out probes here at the beginning. I end up throwing a gateway when I reach 13 supply. This SCV will make it into my base, of course, as I did not wall off. As it's I don't know, for me it feels kind of pointless to wall off against a Terran player because all their units are ranged. A wall off would help again in the case against Hellions, but that's about it. This probe here, feeling a little adventurous, is going to go over to scout the base. I'm of course still chasing this SCV. I probably could have just left that SCV alone. But this probe is going to keep going. He's going to go scout. I'm not sure. It doesn't. Nope, I will not get this probe in the base. I almost do, but as we see, my friend is going to have a quick enough reaction time in order to raise that depot right as I'm about to go over. So that's unfortunate. So I instead am going to send this probe out to try and kill this SCV. Now, meanwhile, back at home, I have taken a gas geyser. I have my first gateway up, a zealot was just started, and my cybernetic score is going down. A marine does come out to help the SCV, so that's going to cause my probes to get scared and run away. Probably wasn't the best decision to have two probes chasing that SCV. I could have sent one back to start mining, but whatever. These probes do end up escaping the wrath of this marine. One zealot's still here, just chilling. He's moving out now. We're all good there. So my score is done. Going to start my gateway, throwing out that gate or warp gate tech and my first stalker because I like stalkers. They're cool units. Two probes merging together. Going to come back to the base as one, except for they split off. And I do in fact send one probe to the watchtower to hold that. Luckily, it was the opposite watchtower that I chose compared to my friend. If we had her, well, you know, yes, I decided to send this probe back. He was intentionally or originally going to go for this watchtower, but of course, I sent him back once I got these units out, which are much stronger and more efficient at taking out a watchtower. My friend here, he's got his marine. He doesn't notice my units get there until it's too late, and this marine will be killed. I'm gonna send these units over here to do a little more poking and prodding. However, a stalker against 3 marauders, you gotta know that the stalker isn't getting alive. In a situation like that, especially I wasn't even paying attention. There was not concussive shells researched yet. I am going to go in this game with a 3-gate robo. I do very much enjoy having Immortals out. Immortals are one of my favorite Protoss units, very strong unit to have. So I probably could have had the robotics facility out earlier. I did get the gateways sooner, as opposed to when I could have gotten the robotics facility at the sentry, that force field, just in case he decides to go up the ramp, which he did not. Honestly, he had gotten up the rep. I think he would have easily been able to probably win the game at that point. So we're here, gonna get that Immortal chronoed out as soon as possible. And my opponent, Nosey, decides to stockpile a few Marauders over here, trying to contain me to the base while he is over here and has just started his expansion. Sending all of his new units over here. Probably just has the rally point set. Yep, rally point does, and all the way up here for all three of his barracks. Let's have all his units there. Probably wanting to do some pressure eventually. First Immortal does come out. Of course, I do have an idea that these units are chilling over here, so I am constantly making units because I want to make sure to have a strong enough force to best his if he decides to attack me. Making those pylons to get me out of supply block zone. When some more zealots, this marine comes up and gets murdered very quickly. When I just check and see what I had at my ramp. So he was able to see that I do have quite a few units stockpiled. These Immortals, of course, very strong. They do 50 damage against armored. These Marauders are, of course, armored units, so they will die in 3 shots from Marauders. Or from Immortals, sorry. And the Marauders, of course, only do 10. Despite the fact that Immortals are armored units, they have the hardened shield, so until the shield is down, the Marauders will only do 10 damage. These reinforcements are still constantly streaming in for Nosey. I keep making units. I get an observer out because I definitely, at this point, I'm wondering, does he still have all these units out here? As he retreated back to his base? I want to figure out what's going on. He scans. He does spot that I pull out an observer. But of course, he doesn't have enough energy for more scans to scan to kill my observer. So I'll just float down here, chill, see what's going on. See these units here, and I decide, you know what, I can beat that. So I move out, get all my zealots in front, start charging. Yeah, this force field kind of didn't work. Probably one of the worst force fields you could possibly do. I got a little eager there, and although the rally point does doom a few of these units, unfortunately for the Terran units, and I end up just chasing this army all the way back. Back on those force fields, I got a little too eager. Some of the sentries were not in range to cast their force fields, so I ended up wasting a couple of force fields there. This observer, just chilling back here. Got another Immortal on the way. Just chasing this army, cutting it down slowly but surely. It does have a ghost out. The ghost is going to run away. I'm going to chase it a bit, but I don't end up killing it here. Instead, focusing on this army up here. Sentries, of course, tickling my units to death. This ghost does now have enough energy for an EMP, which he does get off. Unfortunately, I have all my units, which would be most affected by the EMP in the center, but it doesn't really matter because at this point, most all of Nosey's units are dead. Just making a few more back at the base, but that's simply not enough for him to kill off my Protoss army, despite having done that EMP. And he calls it GG and leaves the game. So that was a game I thought I played rather well. Of course, I do favor the one base. Timing attacks, that wasn't really a timing attack, that was just kind of moving out. Oh, I bet he has most of his army over here, and he's running. I definitely had a bigger army. I would say those Immortals definitely kicking in. He had a very Marauder-heavy army, so those Immortals definitely kicking in, doing the damage that is required of them. This one has 10 kills. This one with the low health got 8 kills. This one only got 1. He came to the fight late, however. Stalkers with a number of kills, and he got a couple of kills on the sentries as well. Sentries like to murder it up through a couple of kills. But anyway, so I thought I played rather well that game, and was just able to outproduce him on one base. He wasn't able to fully get the benefit. Of course, I did slip in the end with my macro. I could have made sure to keep warping in. I did have a pylon over here to warp in closer. Should have kept warping in units. Utilized my robotics facility more. Gotten out some immortals. Um, yeah, just had the immortal production constantly going. So my minerals could have definitely been lower. But yeah, didn't matter too much as Nosey was unable to fully reap the benefits of having this expansion up for very long, so he was not able to get that economic lead that he would have liked to have. Alright, so that was a cool game of mine, I think. I think I did well. If you would like for me to cast a game of you playing, I don't only do casts of myself, obviously. If you see all the other videos on my channel, go ahead and send me an email. My email is in the description of this video. And send me an email with your replay attached, and I will cast it as soon as possible. Will be pretty soon. Do my best to get those done as soon as actually possible. Try not to delay with that. So keep watching my channel, subscribe, watch my videos, all that cool junk. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's whatever. Enjoy StarCraft. StarCraft's a great game. With that, I am going to end this video. So, see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this presentation that I gave to you guys of my awesome gameplay as a Protoss player.